All right, guys, we're in the studio with the 12 gun challenge. I've got Brandon with me. What we've got is a Liberty Freedom Series 30 gun safe and our Answer 12. What I'm going to do, Brandon, I'm going to have you simply load these rifles into the Liberty safe. Once they're in, then I want to add as much gear as we can. Now, I did a collection of rifles. I tried to represent what a gun enthusiast would have, so it's not crazy stuff. You know, Masterpiece Arms with a Night Force, a couple of Vortex. This is a U.S. Optics. So I got a couple of large scope rifles. I've got shotguns, some very clean, some lever action guns. All right, Brandon.
Yeah?
Let's get started.
All right.
Hey guys, keep in mind, this is a 30 gun safe, so the 12 guns should fit on one side, allowing us to keep all the shells. But that's a joke. There's no way they're going to fit. In fact, what you're going to see is 12 guns barely fit into this 30 gun safe. Another thing to keep in mind, we've sped up the video. It took Brandon just a little over 17 minutes to get 12 guns into the safe.
So we got 12 guns in.
So that's 12 rifles in, but right now we can't close the door. Maybe the Masterpiece can move to the other side and go in the middle or something. We can get it in there. All right, so we position the guns. All right, so it's closed. Go ahead and open it back up. All right, so we've got 12 guns into the safe. Now keep in mind, guys, this is a 30 gun safe. Yes, we got the guns to fit. However, we've got most of the guns are banging into other guns. The scopes are certainly all hitting. That Masterpiece Arms is going to be a monster to get in and out, just simply due to the lack of flexibility. Now, I want you to go ahead and see how much gear you can get into the safe.
All right.
And I told Brandon to try to get as much gear into the safe as possible. He's stacking it up on the shelf, which filled up pretty quickly, and you've got a lot of gear in front of gear, so you really don't know what's in the safe. Additionally, he started putting gear on top of the shelves that support the barrels. While this did hold some gear, the problem is if you start removing rifles from the safe, the gear falls through the slots in that shelf. So it really is an efficient way to store gear. All right, so we've got gear load. Now I want to look back at our stuff over here. So you've got most of the gear into the safe. There's a couple of the handgun range bag, and then this is the case for the Bond Arms, and I've got a couple of AR parts boxes up here. All right, so we've got this thing maxed out about as far as we can, and the gear is really packed in there. You know, it's tough to get access. You know, we watched you try to put everything in, and clearly you're wrestling with, you know, what is the best height for the shelves?
Oh yeah.
And then once the shelves are in there, if you wanted to get to, you've got an AR-15 in the back,
right.
You've got a lever gun in the back. If you want to get that gun out, you've got to dig through everything.
You got to pull everything out.
All right, guys, that's the Liberty. Let's go over to the Security. All right, Brandon, now let's get the same 12 rifles into the Answer 12.
Okay.
All right. Well, that didn't take very long.
No, a lot easier.
You've got them cascaded low to high, but you could do almost anything you wanted. All right, so we've got the guns in, and a couple things to point out. So you've got enough spacing for large optics. We've got a big Night Force. You've got the pretty large scopes. I like to store my rifles with the scopes in. If you're in the cabinet getting something, you drop something, you're never going to hit the optic, and some of these optics cost more than the rifles, but you do have the option to store the guns with the optics out. And what that does, it buys you a lot of space behind the guns to add gear. Now let's go ahead. We've got all the gear that we tried to get into the Liberty safe.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and deck this thing out. All right, Brandon, but now with the Answer 12, and this is a 12 gun safe because it holds 12 guns, you've got plenty of room for all your guns. All the optics are free and clear. You've got straight line access to every single rifle, one arm, one gun, and all the gear is stored in a way that you can see and access almost every single thing in this safe.
Yep.
So is that a lot easier?
It was a lot easier.
I noticed you're not using all the storage in the doors. So
No.
we've got all the gear in the safe clearly, stored in a very organized manner, and we've not used barely half of the storage on the door. So there's room for a lot more stuff to go into the safe. All right, guys, so this was comparing a 30-gun Liberty Freedom Series to a 12-gun Secure-It safe. Now, the big thing to point out, these safes are about the same size. Our form factor is a little thinner and a little bit wider. We also have the double doors, which give you much better access to the safe and access to the gear that you're storing on the doors. But the big takeaway here is the traditional gun safe industry says this is a 30-gun safe. It's not. We did fit 12 guns in here. And, had we gone to 15, it would have been...
It would have been extremely tight.
Guys, if you have any questions, please enter them. We're going to read through everything we can, answer what we can. If you like what you're seeing, please like this video, share it, subscribe to our channel, and then go to the Secure-It website, secureitgunstorage.com, join the pack. Well, what that is there's no charge right now to join the pack, and as a pack member, you have access to a lot of promos, there's a lot of specials, there's contests, there's a lot of things we do that you only see if you're a pack member. All right, Brandon, thanks a lot, man.
Absolutely.